of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs remains back to the homeland. These CPV martyrs have joined the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea. And during the ceremony at the airport of Incheon, there will be some activities organized, and upon their arrival at the Taoxin International Airport of Shenyang City of China, we will also organize activities to Chinese responsibilities, assisting martyrs, the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs, retired from the operating days September 12, 2025. This is the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs. Before this time, to the 2014-2024.
多少种的花，喂的马，守在月光下，多少根的天，养的家，化作一粒沙。那好梦，那青葱，还未到一生珍重，已在风中汹涌。若有一阵晚风，问你姓名，问你那年远走的年龄，天也会用轻轻的树影。替你回答人间真情，若有一阵晨风向你致敬，向你致意，相识的邀请，山河记得你们碰触的永远，清澈的春水繁星。
Dear viewers of CCTV, my name is Qi Lili. I'm the journalist with CMG. I'm now on the terrace of the international airport of Taoxin of Shenyang City. Later on, we're about to witness the return ceremony of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains back to the motherland. With the highest level of honor, we have already escorted back to the motherland the remains of 981 CPV martyrs, and today we're about to witness the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains back to the motherland from the ROK. According to the information that I have received, the plane carrying the remains of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains has already taken off from the international airport of the ROK. And as far as we know, today the plane used to escort the 12th batch of the Chinese martyrs' remains has also joined the military parade on the 3rd of September. Today we are using the most advanced fighter plane to welcome back the remains of the 12th batch of the Chinese martyrs' remains back to the motherland. As you can see now, in the international airport of Taoxian of the Shenyang city, everything is getting ready. By my side, we have already covered all the arrangement tables with the dark green coverings. And later on, we're about to have the last-minute arrangement of the coffins for the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains with the national flag. Thanks to the sacrifices of our heroes, we can safeguard our motherland and also fly high our national flag. That's why today we have decided to use our national flag to cover the coffins of our martyrs, because it's the highest level of honor that we could contribute to these heroes. To the other side, those are the vehicles getting ready to carry the coffins and also the personal artifacts of the CPV martyrs. And you can also read the slogan saying that long live the CPV soldiers. And also we have to remember the grand victory and safeguard peace and justice. And you can also see that we also have the guardians or motorcycles coming onto the site. Please follow me and also have a look at the environment. This year we have a fleet of guardians, bigger in number. We have up to 70 motorcycles. This is a very professional team working in the city level. There will be a 30-kilometer trip. During this trip, this fleet of guardian policemen will be safeguarding the trip of the coffins of the martyrs' remains. And this time, we also know the designated plane, after entering into the airspace of China, will be escorted by the J-20 fighter plane. For the first time, we have decided to use a 5 J-20 fighter plane to escort the remains of the Chinese CPV martyrs, because in the past we used only 3 of them to do the escorting work. And upon the arrival, the J-20 fighter plane will also fly at a very low level in the air in order to pay tribute to those CPV martyrs. Today we have also invited ADG Director General. So Director General, today we have actually taking into consideration of details that demonstrate the highest level of respect and appreciation to the sacrifices of the CPV martyrs. Could you please elaborate on that? Yes, of course. These CPV martyrs have sacrificed their lives in order to safeguard the peaceful life of the Chinese people. During this year's 75th anniversary of the victory of the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea, we have decided to welcome back the remains of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs remains back to the motherland. And we have prepared this ceremony in order to show our highest level of respect to their sacrifices and their contribution to the country. Based on the practices of previous years, we have also made innovations considering this ceremony. First of all, we have decided to carry on tradition of the flag demonstration, and also we have organized young generation. This is really an immersive experience for the younger generation, for the kids. I think this will leave a very strong impression on these people. We have, first of all, communicated with different schools. We have also mobilized the media, the press, to do reports about this event. And these kind of reports coverage and also the education programs will not be restricted to a certain region. This can be spread far away to cover as much of a population as possible. Thank you very much, DG, for your introduction. Every year, as you can see, we upgrade the level of respect and our appreciation to the martyrs. The reason why we have to do all of this, because these martyrs have sacrificed their precious life to showcase their love for the country and also to protect the lives of our people. We have to organize this kind of events to demonstrate our respect to the martyrs and to show that we will never forget the sacrifices made by the martyrs. Later on, the representatives of the mass will also be admitted into this terrace. Together, we will wait for the return of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. Dear viewers of CCTV, my name is Wu Xiaofei. I'm now in the Aviation Traffic Control Center. This year, we're about to repatriate the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. This is the place that we are in full control of the trajectory of the plane, and here is also a wonderful spot for us to witness that moment. Around 20 past 9 a.m. local time in the international airport of ROK, the designated plane carrying the remains of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs would take off. And about 70 minutes later, they will arrive in the international airport of Taoxian of Shenyang City in order to guarantee a successful ceremony of reception of the remains. We have also made a very good plan. Could you please say something about the weather conditions today? Currently, the visibility is above 10 kilometers. The temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. It's a very good condition for the flight. In order to guarantee this mission, what kind of preparations have you done? For our control center, we have decided to make everything possible to guarantee a successful ceremony of welcome of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. We have selected the best workers to join our teams. We have also made different plans of backup support. We have also worked together in collaboration with the meteorology station. It's not the first year for you to join the mission of ceremony of welcome for the Chinese martyrs remains. It's my 4th time. Since the return of the 9th batch of Chinese martyrs remains, I have been one permanent member of the team. Because you have already worked as a communicator, and this year, the younger generation has taken the relay to do the communicator. What do you think of that? I think it's also the passing down of a patriotic spirit. Talking about the dialogue between the air, traffic, and also the ground control center is a very important part. After the arrival of the designated plane on the terrace, the pilots will be communicating with the control center. This year, we have selected someone born in 1997 to do this job, Mr. Zhang Bo. Good morning. How do you feel about your mission? I feel very honored, and I'm very proud of that. As a traffic controller, usually we work on the backstage. We have to guarantee a free flow of the traffic. This year, we have the special mission. Today, I will be safeguarding this moment, and we will also show our highest level of respect, and we will pay tribute to the remains of the martyrs. I wish you a very successful mission. This international airport of the Shenyang city has been safeguarding the organization of this event for 12 years in a row, and different generations of workers in the airport have also been trained by the mission. We have the Y-20 plane to escort the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs remains. During the 10th and 11th batch of Chinese martyrs remains, we have used 2 J-20 fighter planes to do the escorting work. Along the Y-20, this year we have upgraded the level of respect, and we have decided to use 2 more, namely 4 J-20 fighter planes in total. This is the respect showcased by the motherland to these martyrs as well as the Chinese people. After the welcome ceremony, tomorrow morning, we will have the burial ceremony. We will also closely follow the development of this event tomorrow. Today, after the arrival of the designated plane carrying the remains of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs, and after the ceremony, the remains of the CPV martyrs will be transported to a designated spot to wait to be buried tomorrow morning. And these vehicles will be passing by this main avenue. Now, as you can see, the local citizens, they are already getting ready along the side. This is a moving scene. People, they are waving the red color national flag. And we are also having a flag-raising ceremony in People's Plaza. And why is that? I have invited someone to do us an explanation. My name is Cui Hongkui. I'm the Vice Secretary General. This morning, you have organized the flag-raising ceremony. This morning, we have selected the representatives of athlete groups, soldiers groups, as well as the young kids to join the flag-raising ceremony. The representatives of the schools from 13 different districts have also organized their own flag-raising ceremony. On the site, we have also demonstrated a special model of the national flag. This is a national flag that has been used during the flag-raising ceremony used in the Tiananmen Square, and later this national flag has been donated by the Beijing side to a school here in the Shenyang city. I believe that today's ceremony would be kept in memory by many young kids and students, and I believe this patriotic spirit would be passed on from one generation to another. The special piece of national flag that you have mentioned is just now by my side, demonstrated by the students. And why this flag has been donated to this special school? Actually, this school, during the years of the 1950s, has witnessed 20 plus of its students going on the battlefield to fight the war to resist the U.S. aggression and aid Korea. We can still recall the moment of the old days during which our predecessors have decided to fight the war and sacrifice their precious life. I have very complicated feelings. I cannot use my words to describe how I feel now. I feel touched by the current national strength of our country, and I'm also very proud to be a Chinese. How do you interpret the patriotic spirit? I will learn history by heart, and I will try my best to safeguard the image of our country. When I meet a difficulty, I will follow the example of the fighters of the CPV, and I will share the stories and anecdotes of the CPV fighters with my friends and members of the family. By the side, we have showcased this national flag, and also in People's Square, many people are holding smaller national flags, and also by the poles, you can see the national flags hung up high. In total, we have decorated the city by 5,300 plus national flags. We hope that along the road, for the trajectory of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs remains traveling through the city, we hope these heroes, they could still see how the people here are memorizing them. And also on the site, young kids are drawing pictures to commemorate the martyrs, and the kids, they are also singing classic songs to memorize this moment. Many local people have made the posters and boards of messages to demonstrate their highest level of respect to our heroes. To viewers of CCTV News, I'm now in Dandong City. I'm at Memorial Square. People from different walks, in total 400 of them, are gathered here to organize a ceremony of commemoration to welcome the heroes back to the motherland. Now we are doing a rehearsal for this commemorate ceremony. People are already getting ready, and they are in a very solemn spirit. We also have a monument in the middle of the square. Later on, all the representatives will take the stairs and also lay the wreath or the flowers, and they will make a tour around the tower, this monument, which has a total height of 53 meters. The selection of this height, 53 meters, is to commemorate the victory of the war in the year 1953. On the four facets of this monument, we have the sculptures to describe battle scenes. To make a circle around the monument is to memorize the sacrifices of our heroes, and it also shows our highest level of respect. We are all waiting for the return of these martyrs back to the countryside. The city has a very strong historic bond with the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea. We have already discovered more than 130 sites related to the war. In these recent days, in historical sites, people have organized different kinds of activities to commemorate the heroes on the river of Yalu. Old veterans, family members of those martyrs, and also representatives of all walks of life have spread the petals of flowers to welcome the heroes back. We have so many flowers laid along the river of Yalu. These are the symbols of the respect and tribute paid by the local people. And in a school called Maoying in Dandong City, the students have been following carefully the story of these martyrs. We have used the highest ceremony to welcome back home the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. This is also a very good classroom to educate the children and help them to build up the patriotic spirit. We have also encountered someone, a teacher that is in charge of the education for patriotic movement. So starting by the year 2014, we have completed a lot of live stream programs for this event. And when you bring the kids here, do you think it helps for children to understand what is patriotic spirit? Every year we organize this kind of events to welcome the martyrs home. This is also a live scene to educate the people. Only with the textbooks, it's quite hard for the children to understand the patriotic spirit. But today we bring the children to the museum of memorial sites, and we also ask them to participate in the ceremonies to pay tribute to the heroes, so immediately they can have a direct and clear idea of these martyrs and their efforts to safeguard the children and the people of the country, and their sacrifices made. And now, solemnly, we are waiting for the return of the martyrs back to the country. In the old days, these martyrs have protected the country, and today, again, they have helped to educate the children. So this is the scene from the Dandong city. I'm now in the control center of the Air Force in Dalian City. In 2014, they have sent the first plane to South Korea to escort the remains of the Chinese CPV martyrs back to the country. They will do the coordination work for the trajectory of the flights. Control center of Dalian City for Air Force. Welcome home. We are ready to do the coordination.
就在刚才，我们在大连管制中心的
Just
现
now
场
we
见
have
证了一场
witnessed
庄严
this
又触动人心的空
solemn
地对话。
communication
那
between
么今年呢，
the
也
air
是志
and
愿
the
军烈
ground.
士出国作战
This year
75
marks
周
also
年。
the
空
75th
军呢也专门为这次执行任务的五架战机进
anniversary
行
of
了
the
呼号的
departure
特
of
别设计。
our
执行
heroes
接运任务的
to
运20飞机的呼
fight
号
the
为
war to
跨江
resist.
武林。
U.S. aggression in 8
志愿军
Korea.
战士雄赳赳气昂昂，跨过鸭绿
This
江
year we
抗
have
美援
also
朝，保
made
家卫国。
a new
那么，空军
communication
也首次派
keywords.
出4
We
架
have
歼
also
20战机
sent
进
the
行护航，他们
Y-20
的呼号是
to
凯
carry
旋，
back
寓意着
the
战
12th
机
batch
护
of
送
Chinese
英烈
martyrs
凯
remains,
旋回家。
and together
我所
accompanied
在的大
by
连管制中心
4
呢，可以说是为
J-20
烈士遗
fighter
骸归国的
planes.
航线
For
进
the
行空中
trajectory
保
of the
驾护
flight,
航
we
的
have
前
made
线站位了。
arrangements.
在我
We
身
have
后的大屏
also
幕上可以清晰的看到
applied
执行
all the
任务的
measures to secure their
执行任务
flight.
的运20飞机呼号
As
为
we
跨
can
江
see
50，
now,
它的航迹已经距离中韩临时交易
the
点位越来越近
Y-20 is
了。
approaching the motherland,
现在执行任务的5架飞机的实时
accompanied
情况如
by
何呢？
4
我们请到
more
了大连管制中心
J-20
的
fighter
吕欣
planes.
彤吕参谋为大
And
家做
what
一
is
介
the
绍。
current
他已经是第
status
3次执
quo
行
of
任务了。
these 5
好的，
planes?
下
I've
面我根
invited
据
an
雷达屏幕
expert
上显
to
示
do
的
an
实时画面为
interpretation
大
of
家
the
介绍一下。
current
大
status
家
of
可以
those
看到
5
这
planes.
架呼号
For
跨
example,
江50的
this
运
one
20飞
marks
机
the
当
current
前高
status
度7200米，速度670千米每小
of
时。
the
距
Y-20
中
carrying
韩
the
临时移
12th
交点
batch
还有大约
of
40
Chinese
千米。
martyrs remains.
进入我国领空后，它将与4架歼20飞机会合，由歼20左右各2架
After
为志愿军
entering
英烈护航。
into the
我们密切
airspace
关
of
注着
China,
执行
this
此次任务的
Y-20 would
飞机
be
态势
accompanied
和周边
and
通行，
escorted by
通
4 more
过精准指挥
J-20
为
fighter
英雄回
planes.
家开辟
We will
畅通
make
无
sure
阻的
that
空
they
中
will
通
have
道。这
obstacle
也是我
free
们对先辈们的告慰
travel
和致敬。
channel back to the country.
好的，用最先进
We
的
use
国
the
产
most
战机
advanced
为志愿军
made
烈士的
in
英
China
灵保驾
planes to
护航，
escort
这也表现了我们
the
所有人
12th
对
batch
于
of
英烈的
Chinese
告
martyrs
慰之情
remains。back to
那
the
么我所在
country.
的大连管制
This
中心，
is
我
the
左
highest
手边
level
的这个
of
大屏幕上呢，我们也
tribute
用
and
动画
respect
演示的方式
is
为大家展
showcased
示
by
了
the
稍后
country.
执行任务的
Now
运
you
20
can
飞机
see
与
the
护航的4架歼
Y-20
20飞机汇合
and
后形成编队
J-20，
共同驶向沈阳桃仙机场的
formation
画面。
of the fleet after they meet each other
我们也用
in
这
the
样的方
Chinese
式告慰先烈，
airspace.
向
This
先
is
烈
our
致
way
敬。
to pay tribute to the heroes.
同时，
In
也
the
让先烈感
meantime,
受到
we
我
would
们
like
如今的
to
中国军队跨越式的
help
提升与
our
发展。
martyrs
人民军队永
understand
远有信心、有能力守护和平，
to
守
which
护
level
国家
we have
和人民的
attained,
安
we
宁。
have
那么，这跨越
achieved today
75载的
to
回家之路，
protect
让
our
我们共同陪
countries
伴先烈，
and
先
what
烈回到
high
祖国的
level
怀
of
抱。
respect our
好的，我这边
country
的
and
情况
our
就是这
people
样。
have paid to these martyrs.
好的，我现在所在的位置呢是
Now
四
I'm
川德
in
阳
the
的中江县。
Zhongjiang
中江县呢是
County
特级英雄黄
of
继光
the
的故乡。那
Sichuan
么今天我所
province.
站在的这个小学的，它的名字
This
叫
is
做
also
黄继光红
the
军小学，
hometown of
也
the
是以英雄
hero
的名
Huang
字而
Ji
命名
Guang.
的小学。那么
This
在这个学
is
校
the
呢，每一个年
elementary
级都有一
school
个班级，
of
它
the
的名
Red
字叫做
Army
继光
of
班。
Huang
那
Ji
么在
Guang.
今天的这样一
For
个
each
时
grade,
间
there
里
is
头
a
呢，
class
我们5
named
年级的
after
继光班呢，他们将会迎来一
Mr.
堂
Huang Ji
特
Guang.
殊的课。
For
那么这堂课
example,
也是一堂
today
思政课。
for the
这
fifth
堂课的主要
grade
内容是什么
in
呢？
the
我
class
们现
of
在有
Ji
请到咱
Guang,
们这个
they will
学
have
校
a
的大队
special
辅导员
lesson.
赵老师
We
来给我们
have
介绍一下。
invited the
跟我们大
tutor,
家说一说今天我们
Madam
是一堂怎样的思政课？
Zhao.
今天我
How
们
does it
特别
look
邀
like,
请
the
到了
special
黄继
lesson?
光的
We
侄
have
子黄
invited the
庸军
niece,
来我们
Huang
学校
Yongjun
给孩
of
子们
Mr.
讲
Huang
一
Ji
堂
Guang,
特殊的
the
思政课
hero,
他的名字
to
叫
give us a
归来
lesson here.
主要讲述特级英雄
He will
黄
give a
继光的故事
presentation entitled
我
Coming
们希望
Back.
通过黄老师
We hope
他的这种
by
讲
this
述的方式
presentation of Mr.
让孩
Huang,
子们知道
the children
英雄的故
would
事不再
understand
是书本中的
that
文
the
字
stories of the
而是
heroes are not
可感
just
可
the
触
texts
可学
on
可
their
做的榜样力量
textbooks.
让不怕困难、
It's not
敢
just
于胜
words
利的黄继
printed on
光
a
英雄精
paper,
神
but it's
真
a
正融
true
入孩子们
story
的思想
lived by the
成长。
heroes. And I hope this
这个问题啊，
patriotic
就是我
spirit
们这个
would
学校
also
每一个年级都有
accompany
一个
the
继光
growth of
班，
the
这个
children.
是什么
Why
原
you've
因？
decided
我
to
们的
have
激
the
光
Ji
班
Guang
自建校以来
class
就已
for
经
each
成立了
grade.
这个班一共有
This
40个
has
孩子，
already
孩子们都会
been
自主报
so
名。
since
我
the
们老师
creation of
培
this
训后
elementary
会让
school.
孩子们
For
讲
each
出一
class,
些
we
英
have
雄的故
40
故事，让
students,
红色经代代相
and
传
the。children would also educate
我们现在
these
看到这个
kids
思政课
about
的
the
室内的授
patriotic
课部分已经
spirit
结束
of
了
these
哈，最后
children.
还有一个在这个带学生们参观展板的这么一个
Now
过
the
程。
class
这个时候
has
黄军老师已经
completed.
出来了，黄老师，
Later
你好，
on,
你好，你好。
these children
你好，
would
辛苦了。
be
来，我
paying a
们
visit
简单
to
做
the
个采访，
Board
在这边。
of
谢谢。
Information.
黄
Mr.
老师
Huang,
你好，你好。
nice to meet
我
you.
想问一下，哎，谢谢。
I have a
我想问
question
一下
for
哈
you.
咱们今天的
For
这个
today's
思政课，您给
lesson,
孩子们讲了什么？
What kind of information have represented to the children. I've told the story of 黄继光. After the sacrifice of Huang Jiguang, one of the close family members, my grandma has set a rule for all the qualified family members. After reaching a certain age, they have to join the army. And today I've also told the kids, you have to remember the history, remember the heroes, and you have to try your best to pass down the spirit of patriotic movement. For these kind of lessons, is it often for you to give lessons like this? Yes. I visit not only the schools, but also the communities, military camps, and also administrations to share the stories of the heroes with as many people as possible. You will like to use the stories to touch upon the hearts of many more people. And I believe deeply that today the special lesson completed in this elementary school would be kept in memory of these kids. In every letter to the home members, we can feel the emotions of these heroes. We are fighting very hard to serve the people. And these words, written during the war, have been reread by the kids. This time we're about to train ourselves. You hope that I would be a hero, and I hope you could join the party and become a model for everyone. Please don't shed tears for me. You have a brave son. We welcome the return of the Chinese martyrs' remains back to the country. During the period of 2014 to 2024, we have already welcomed back the remains of 981 CPV martyrs. Every time with a repatriation, it's the moment of re-encountering. Maybe we cannot tell you the names of these martyrs, but the motherland has never forgotten these heroes. With the highest level of respect, we would like to get all of you back home. Dear viewers, my name is Zhang Qiyuan, a journalist of CMG. I'm now in the waiting area of the terrain of the Taoxian International Airport of Shenyang. We have invited the representatives of all walks of life to a number of 1,500 plus. We have invited the role models of the society, students, veterans, soldiers, and representatives of the younger generation. Now we have just a few moments ahead of us before the arrival of the plane carrying the remains of the martyrs. I have invited some of the guests. The first one, I think you all know this familiar person. Every year, he is Grandpa Li Weibo. He's a veteran. Every year when we have the ceremony of repatriation, he will be waiting here. This year is the 12th time for you to be here to welcome your colleagues back. You've never missed once. This year, you feel even closer with your colleagues on the battlefield. How do you feel now? I'm here to welcome them back home. I have mixed feelings. I'm very happy because our motherland would welcome them back so we could be together. In the meantime, I also have a very heavy heart. For so many years, we, those that stay alive, we are always in the motherland. But for those martyrs, they have been waited for so long, and they've been separated from their family members. And Grandpa Li, you have been witnessing all those 11 previous batches of repatriation. What changes have you noticed? I think our country is stronger than ever. Our people, they have a happier life than ever. All these based on the sacrifices of those martyrs. That's why we have to always remember them. We have to be thankful for the sacrifices and protection made by these martyrs. As a veteran, I also have to assume my responsibility. I have to pass down this patriotic spirit to the next generation so that these younger generation would contribute their part to the modernization of our motherland. Thank you so much. Beautifully said. And thank you for this very important message delivered to the younger generation. And do you have a message for your colleagues on the battlefield? Rest in peace, my dear colleagues. Today, we have a stronger country and people are having a better life. Thank you. You have encouraged everyone, especially the younger generations. This is a very strong message. And every year you've been here to lead the younger generation to join the ceremony. And we hope that we can see each other next year. I sincerely look forward to the next year's ceremony too, to welcome my brothers on the battlefields back. I hope they could see how strong our country has become, how advanced our weapons are today. Thank you. Please take a rest. Thank you. Thank you for your words of inspiration and encouragement. And now, I would like to invite a student of doctoral program from the Fudan University. Please say hi to everyone. Hello everyone, my name is Wei Qi. I'm now doing a doctoral program with the Fudan University. It's the first time for you to come to the site for the ceremony. Yes, it's the first time for me to come to Shenyang to participate in the welcome ceremony of the repatriation of Chinese martyrs' remains. How do you feel now? Maybe it's the moment in which you feel the closest to this part of history. During the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea, many predecessors, including the faculty members and students of Fudan University, have taken part in that. Today I'm here to commemorate this moment, and also it's a kind of passing down of the patriotic spirit of the Fudan University. What's the biggest inspiration for you? I was born in Yunnan province, located in the southwestern region of China. Since my childhood, have already developed this deep-rooted emotion and love and appreciation for the soldiers fighting for our country. Last year, I have also visited the Commemorative Museum. I have looked at old objects and also the weapons, the fighter planes used during the war. I was deeply touched, and I have also developed this emotion, strong emotion for our soldiers. I fully understand that today we could have this peaceful development and a strong country because these martyrs in old days, they have sacrificed their lives and they have made hard efforts to protect our country. How the younger generation could pass down the spirit? First of all, we have to understand what is it, the patriotic spirit. For my department in Fudan University, we have already carried out the work to identify the remains of the martyrs, because we know until now many martyrs have their remains undiscovered and unidentified yet. That's why I have decided to take this discipline to join the work of discovery of the martyrs with the DNA technology and also the reconstitution of facial parts. We hope we could help more martyrs to get their names clarified so that we could better commemorate these people. We hope that you could use what you have learned in the university to help this career, and thank you. Next, I would like to have a talk with the students from the Liaoning University. Today at site, Liaoning University has sent a delegation of 50 people, including models of the students and also the veteran students of this university. I have invited Mr. Su. Hello, is it the first time for you to join this ceremony? Yes, indeed. How do you feel today? On the spot, I have mixed feelings too. I felt very heartwarming, and also I have a heavy heart. I have a heavy heart because I'm 19 years old this year, and I could recall that during the battle years, many young people just of my age, they have made a departure from the motherland to visit a foreign country to fight the battle, and they have sacrificed their life outside of the country. In the meantime, I think it's also heartwarming because finally we could have a very heartwarming conclusion to the story, a very good ending to the story for these heroes. You are holding a picture. It's my grandfather. He has also sacrificed on the battlefield since my childhood. My family members told me about the stories of him. He's also wearing the medals of honor. This is a picture carrying the weight of the history and also the emotion of my grandfather to the rest of the family. I'm standing here today. I feel very close to him. I would like to show how China looks like today, how strong our country has become. So this is a history transcending through several different generations. You are still very young. You have age of 19 years. For your generation, how do you think the younger generation could pass down the patriotic spirit? I think it's not just slogan, it's not just empty words. In our real life, we have to interpret these words into reality. We work very hard, we study very hard in libraries, in laboratories. I think this spirit could be interpreted into actions in our daily life. We also hope that we could make our contribution to the modernization of the country, as is mentioned by Grandpa Li. Grandpa Li is more than 90 years old, and the youngest representative is only 19 years old. It's an age span of more than 70 years. And for our martyrs fighting on the battlefield to resist the U.S. aggression and aid Korea, it's also been a history of more than 7 decades. Now back to my colleague. Dear viewers, my name is Yang Hailing, the journalist from CMG. I'm now in the Taoxian International Airport of Shenyang City. This is the terrain for the welcome ceremony for the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. We have arrived here on the spot very early in the morning, since 6 a.m., and gradually we could feel the solemn atmosphere. I have 2 feelings now. First of all, we are fully prepared. To my left-hand side, you can see all those tables to manage those coffins to be arriving. Very early in the morning, we have prepared these tables. It's been fully covered. After the arrival of the plane, professionals will have some basic wiping of the coffins and then cover the coffins with the national flag. We can still recall 75 years ago, these CPV soldiers have fought till the last minute of their precious life. Today, we're about to use the national flag to cover the coffin of these martyrs. This is the highest level of tribute paid by the Chinese people to these martyrs. Many details prepared here could showcase our respect to these martyrs. Now, as you can see, the vehicles that would be used to carry the remains of the martyrs as well as their personal artifacts. We have the moment of arrival of the plane coming nearer and closer. We have the protocols ready. They will not speak a word, but from the posture, you can tell that they are getting ready and they are showcasing their respect to the martyrs. And also for the military vehicles, before the ceremony, the soldiers, they have already wiped clean interior and exterior of this vehicle because they would like to use their own actions to show the highest level of respect. And talking about this protocol team, it's the 12th time for them to carry out this mission. They have been strictly trained, and I could share a detail with you. The pace of their walk is also controlled. Every minute, they will take 80 steps, and for every stride, it's a distance of 50 centimeters. With every stride they make, it's a symbol of their highest respect. Now you can feel this solemn atmosphere at the site. All the preparations have been completed. We are waiting in silence for the coming back of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. We have used the Made in China Y-20 carrier plane to escort the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains back to the country land. And after entering into the airspace of China. The Y-20 carrier plane would be accompanied by 4 more J-20 fighter planes. Later on, they will be touching down by the terrace by my side, and the aviation department has decided to arrange 2 water gates, the highest level of ceremony in this area, to welcome back the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs. Now you can hear the orchestra playing the music to welcome the heroes home. And you can also read on the board, the mountains and rivers would remember our heroes who are coming home. It's the shared feeling of everyone. And also by the terrace, we have this fleet of motorcycles getting ready. From the airport to the burial ground, we have a distance of trajectory of 30 kilometers, and these motorcycles would be riding by the side of the vehicles carrying the remains of our martyrs. In these recent days, if you take a walk in Shenyang city, you would feel that the whole city is getting ready to show the highest level of respect to the return of the martyrs. By the side of the streets in Shenyang city, you can read on the LED screens messages like, "The motherland will never forget about you, dear heroes, and the people will always remember you." This is not only a moment to memorize the heroes, but also it's a ceremony to pass down the patriotic spirit. We have invited the representatives of all walks of life to witness this moment. We have, for example, the athletes' representatives, family members of the martyrs, soldiers that have joined the September the 3rd military parade, and also the veterans. Now we will join the representatives. First of all, I would like to interview Madam Yang Qian. How do you feel today? I'm very much touched. Yesterday, we have already readied everything. Yesterday, you have also visited this terrain. And what's the difference between today and yesterday? Today, we are joined by the family members of these martyrs, and we have also laid the wreaths. We have the soldiers. Yang Qian is a world champion, representative of athletes. How do you believe that you can use the spirit of the martyrs, of these heroes, in your competition? I think all those heroes are very brave. We have to learn from them. Because in competition, it's just like a battlefield. We have to be 100% confident of ourselves, and we have to be 100% ready. We have to do our best to make our country proud. And the second guest is Mr. Zhu Yilong. How do you feel today, standing here? I'm deeply touched and moved we have showcased the highest level of respect to the martyrs. You have been playing a role last year of a CPV. It's my highest level to play this role as a CPV in the movie. And today I could be here. I think it's a dialogue that knows no limit of time. In the movie, that hero has said one sentence: I can never be back to my hometown. But today they are back. So in the film, that character has become more vivid. And in the future, how do you believe you could carry on the spirit? With the pine trees, you can feel the solemn atmosphere of this place. Now, in front of us is a monument, memorial monument, and with a message, "Long live the spirit of the heroes." For this burial ground, in the beginning, we have buried more than 100 martyrs, and today we're about to escort the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. After a separation from the motherland of more than 70 years, finally they could be back home. In order to settle all the details and get our heroes back, I would like to interview Mr. Huang so that we could have a better idea about the preparations in order to escort the martyrs, the heroes, back home. We have rearranged the temporary placement facilities for the coffins of the martyrs. We have this permanent temperature and humidity conditions. This year, inside the cemetery, we have also planted more trees, and we have renewed the image of the burial site. Inside the burial grounds, we have added national flags, and we have traded our tribute and showcased our respect to the martyrs. This is also a demonstration site for the patriotic education to the public. We have also collected the stories behind the personal artifacts of the CPV fighters so that we can better share the story with the people. Thank you very much. As far as I can understand, you have completed all the preparations. This morning, many citizens have voluntarily gathered here. We have a board of message here. Starting this morning, many people have left a message here. So what did you write? To commemorate the heroes and pay tribute to the heroes. Recently, I've been following closely the information about the repatriation of the Chinese martyrs' remains back to China. I have to work harder to share the spirit of the revolution to more people. The younger generation has taken the lead to pass down the patriotic spirit. On the side, we have also veterans of the CPV. They would like to welcome home their brothers and colleagues back home. So, Grandpa, you are here. I just got back from Beijing. I have joined the September the 3rd military parade, so I took this photo with me. When I visited Beijing several days ago, I had a mission because for those martyrs that have sacrificed their lives, they had a dream, which is to witness the Tiananmen Square in Beijing. That's why I have decided to take the picture. And another aim of this picture is to tell my colleagues that the country would always remember them, remember the history, cherish the peace, create the future. So this Thanksgiving spirit has been carried with me in person to the Tiananmen Square, altogether with 61 state leaders from foreign countries and with President Xi. We have also listened to his important speech, and we have witnessed the demonstration of advanced weapons, for example, the Air Force, and also the weapons on the ground, the vehicles, etc. All these could be possible because in old days our martyrs have made their sacrifices. Today you would also like to share this story with all your colleagues. I took the picture. Maybe it's a picture taken by the Xinhua News Agency. I have brought the picture with me. I would like to share this with our colleagues. Thank you very much. Today, Grandpa Chen would like to share this message. And Grandpa Nan Qixiang, you have carried a trumpet with you because it's part of my life. When I was 12 years old, I have already been holding the trumpet. I will use my whole life to blow the trumpet. Could you please demonstrate a bit to us? Thank you. In old days, with this trumpet sound, we welcomed the martyrs back. 70+ years ago, these heroes have made a departure for the motherland with the same sound of the trumpet. Today we are waiting for their repatriation back to the country. We are now at the Taoxian International Airport of Shenyang City. This morning, the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs remains would be arriving in the motherland. We are organizing a welcoming ceremony. After more than 70 years of waiting period, finally these heroes are coming back. We have 25 degrees Celsius as temperature. The carrier plane will fly from the east to the west and will be touching down at the terrace of the Taoxian International Airport. On the site, we have invited the officials from national level, from the provincial level, representatives of all walks of life. In total, 1,500 participants would be witnessing this solemn moment. Now people, they are waiting patiently. On the spot, apart from the mass population, we have also invited representatives of the CPV and also from the military forces, and also representatives of those that have participated in the military parade of the September the 3rd. The athlete representative, Yang Qian, comes from a military family, and the actor Zhu Yilong, who has taken a role in a film to characterize the hero Li Xiang of the CPV in the story, has also come to the site. So we say that Li Xiang is actually welcoming the colleagues of the battlefield back to the country. Now what you can see is the ceremony to welcome the repatriation of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs remains in the Taoxian International Airport of Liaoning Province of China. In total, 1,500 plus people have joined this ceremony. They are all standing silently on the spot. You can also see this area of arrangement for the coffins, and also we have prepared the wreaths. And also representatives of the top-level hero Huang Jiguang's team, and they are holding their team flag. Also from the Rocket Army, the Marine Forces, representatives of soldiers that have joined the September the 3rd military parade, and the 5 representatives of the CPV veterans. They have been seated now. In the arrangement area, by its two sides, meaning military vehicles getting ready after the arrival of the carrier plane, and after the ceremony, these military vehicles would be used to escort the remains of the martyrs to the cemetery. The 5 veterans, they are joining the ceremony in order to have them another opportunity to encounter their old friends, brothers, colleagues from the battlefield. According to the Y-20 carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. Earlier, this Y-20 carrier plane has already entered the airspace of China. Now you can see the carrier plane Y-20 carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. To each of its sides, the escorting fleet, 4 J-20 fighter planes. Now 5 planes have made a formation in the air. Now they are right above the international airport of Taoxian of Shenyang City. It's the 4th time since 2022 that we have combined the Y-20 with the J-20 to welcome back the Chinese martyrs' remains. Now, above overhead, the 5 planes have received our highest level of respect and tribute. Around 9:46, Y-20 has entered into the Chinese territory, and J-20, the 4 J-20, have joined the Y-20. So we have both the Y-20 and the J-20 now in formation. This is how the motherland has paid tribute of the highest level to the martyrs. Now the 4 J-20 escorting the Y-20 have left Y-20, and Y-20 is about to make a turn in the air and is about to touch the ground. Now, on the ground of the Taoxian International Airport, more than 1,500 people are getting ready on their own spots. Now, what we can see are the representatives of all walks of life. Among them, we can find 5 veterans that have joined the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea, and also representatives of soldiers from the same team of the top-level hero Huang Jiguang, and also representatives of the soldiers from the Air Force, Ground Force, and Marine Forces, and those who have joined the military parade on the September the 3rd to escort the heroes back to the motherland. They have sacrificed their own lives to safeguard the country. Today, our country and our people, with the highest level of respect, are welcoming the repatriation. This is from Y20. Thank you for your guarantee effort. Just now, we have heard the communication between ground and air, between the control center of the traffic and the Y20. Today, Y20 has used the slogan and the keyword as the Cross River 50 to commemorate the departure of the CPV across the river. And also, we have used the victory return to name the planes today to memorize the great victory of the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea. Now what we are looking at are the protocol soldiers to help to get the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains off the plane. Today, with the highest level of ceremony, the country is welcoming back our heroes. Now, above the international airport of Taoxian, the Y-20 carrier plane carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains is making the turn in the air and is getting ready for the touching down. Outside, all 1,500 people are ready. We are feeling a very solemn atmosphere in this place. Starting by 2014, 12 years in a row, until now we have already repatriated 12 batches of Chinese martyrs' remains, in total 1,011 heroes back to the country. As now you can see on the ground, the firefighters' vehicles are getting ready. After the Y-20 touches down on the ground, the firefighter vehicles will make the water gate to welcome the Y-20 and also the heroes coming back home. This is the Y-20 carrier plane, escorting the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains back home with their personal artifacts, and it's now ready to touch down. This is Y-20 Cross River 50. The spirit of the heroes will live forever. Just now, we hear the communication between the ground control center with the Y-20. Today, Y-20 has used the call word of Cross River 50 to memorize the departure of the Chinese CPV heroes across the borderline to protect our country. Now, our participants for the ceremony, they're all waiting eagerly for the heroes to coming back home. The Y-20 now, this time, carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains, has just touched down. Now it's taxiing. Currently, the Ministry of Veteran Affairs of China has concluded the consensus with the Ministry of National Defense of the ROK upon the handover of the remains of the Chinese martyrs. Y-20 has been sent to the ROK to carry out the mission of repatriation. This morning, ROK has handed over the remains of 30 martyrs and their personal affairs. Around 10:57, the Y-20 carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains has touched down on the ground of the Taoxian International Airport of Shenyang City. Though the heroes have passed away, but we will always remember them. Now the Y-20 is still taxiing. Now the Y-20 is making a U-turn and is heading towards the terminal. Two days ago, in the afternoon of September the 10th, Y-20 has made a departure from the middle region of China to ROK to get ready for the mission of repatriation of 12th batch of Chinese martyrs. This morning, Y-20 has taken off from an airport of ROK after entering into the airspace of China. 4 more J-20 fighter planes have been sent out to escort the Y-20. Air Force of China has also published the symbol for this mission. Is composed by different elements with the slogan, "Welcome the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains back home." And on the side of the J-20 and the Y-20, you can see the logo. We are now in the Taoxian International Airport of Shenyang City. Now it's the live scene of the welcome ceremony of the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains repatriated to China. In the 12th batch, we have the remains of 30 martyrs of CPV. Now, with the guidance of a vehicle, Y-20 is taxiing forward. The Y-20 plane has come from the Air Force segment from the middle part of China. This one has also participated in the September the 3rd military parade. Now, the 2 firefighting vehicles have made the water gate. Y-20 is passing through the water gate slowly. This means remove the dust, highest level of welcoming ceremony for the aviation sector. And in the air, the 4 J-20 that have just escorted the Y-20 during the trip in order to pay tribute to the heroes and also to illustrate the spirit of the CPV. Y-20 has passed through the water gate. Y-20 is taxiing while following the guidance. In 2014, we have sent the plane to carry the first batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. Starting by 2020, the Kunpeng Y-20 has been designated to carry the Chinese martyrs' remains back to country. It showcased that we have the highest level of respect to our heroes, and it's also a way to demonstrate our military forces and our national image. The Y-20 carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains entered into China's airspace by 9:46 and touched down in the international airport of Taoyuan by 10:57. Now, Y-20 has taxied to the designated spot with the instructions of the ground personnel. Y-20, carrying the remains of 30 martyrs, has stopped. Cabin door is now opening slowly. In order to guarantee a safe trip back home, crew members have already cleaned up and examined all the details for the Y-20. For example, the engine system, the braking system, etc. They have already completed the maintenance work. They have also modified the interior structure to install a structure inside the cabin so that during the trip, all the coffins would stay stable and safe. In the meantime, inside the cabin, we have also hung up the national flag and also displays the dark green military habits. Every detail could explain our highest level of respect. Now our personnel, they will be communicating with the crew team. Now the tailgate of Y-20 is fully open. The ground personnel are communicating with the crew team to wait for their permission to enter into the cabin. They will later board the plane through the tailgate. They will also examine the coffins as well as their personal artifacts. There will also the procedures with the customs. Now what you can see is the logo for this mission published by the Air Force. with the side profile of the J20 and Y20, and also the coming home of heroes written in Chinese. This is a very good symbol of the respect demonstrated by the military side. Now at the tailgate of the Y20, personnel are getting ready with the preparations. To the east side of the Y20, people are getting ready. Between the audience and the Y20, you can see this designated area for people to arrange and manage the coffins and artifacts of the heroes. The Y-20 carrier plane, carrying the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains from the ROK to China, has participated in the military parade on September the 3rd. It has flown above the Tiananmen Square. It comes from the mid-China segment of the Air Force. And the protocol soldiers, they are getting to the backside of the Y-20. The workforce visiting the ROK, as well as the protocol soldiers, they are stepping down from the plane. They will also be joining this ceremony at the airport. And to both sides of the Y-20, we can find 8 protocol soldiers getting ready as the guardians for this mission. Protocols holding their guns are about to board the plane. This is the live picture of the ceremony to welcome back the 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains. Our protocol members, they are getting into the plane to get the coffins and the martyrs' personal artifacts out of the plane. And today, our country has organized this event to showcase the highest level of respect to the martyrs. Until now, we have already welcomed 12 batches of Chinese martyrs' remains. In total, 1,011 heroes have been brought home. From 2014 until now, every year we have this non-stop repatriation. This showcases the strength of the country. And we are also compensating the missing piece of history. Finally, these heroes are getting back home. We have organized a team of 30 protocol soldiers who will be in charge of the carrying of coffins of martyrs and their personal artifacts. They are moving towards the Y-20. Today, participating in the ceremony are 1,500 representatives, including the representatives of the veterans. They are waiting now on the site for the descending of these martyrs. Now our protocol members, they are holding the structure for the carrying of coffin. They will check the numbers of the coffins of the martyrs as well as their personal artifacts. These are very young soldiers. After this work, they're about to hold the coffins with their own hands, and they will step down the plane. We are now in the Taoxin International Airport of Shenyang. The ceremony has created a very solemn atmosphere. Everyone's waiting for the heroes. This time we have 30 martyrs' remains coming back home. We're waiting for the descending of their coffins and their personal artifacts. 70 years ago, the CPV have carried the hope of the Chinese people and traveled across the Yalu River. They have worked with the Korean people. They have fought for 2 years and 9 months to win the grand victory of the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea. They have defeated the invasion of the imperialism. They have stabilized the Korean peninsula. They have also created a safer environment for our country. Now, some of the protocol soldiers are descending from the plane. They're holding the coffins and also personal artifacts of our heroes. These soldiers are very young. With both of their hands, they are holding the coffins. They are the first among all Chinese people to welcome back the martyrs. They have unified movements. Every minute, usually, they will make 120 steps. But in order to steady the stride, they have changed the rhythm to 80 strides per minute. Every time the span of their strides is 50 centimeters. And for the upper body parts, it should be fully steady. And they have to make steady sounds with their feet to welcome back the heroes. In order to have the highest standard for the ceremony, these soldiers from northern part of China have been trained for 1 month to carry out this mission. For every coffin, it has a weight of 17.5 kilos. In order to have a steadier hands, usually these soldiers during their training would carry a weight of more than 22.5 kilograms. Some of the soldiers have their family members as the CPV. Some others have joined the mission for many years. Today, they are not only holding the weight of the coffin, but also with it together is the weight of their responsibility. "30 protocol soldiers are carrying out of the plane the 30 martyrs' remains. They will wipe clean the coffins and also cover it with the national flag. At this moment, for each and every one of the Chinese would have this impression and understanding that this color of our national flag comes from the blood sacrificed by our martyrs." Today in the ceremony, we have invited the soldiers from the team of previous top-level hero Huang Jiguang, as well as the representatives of soldiers who have joined the military parade. It's not just a simple ceremony today. They have refreshed themselves. The spirit will be passed down from one generation to another. Also, more than 70 years ago, among the CPV soldiers, there are dozens of students from Hong Kong SAR. Their lives have come to an end. So that's why during the repatriation mission of the 9th batch of the Chinese martyrs' remains, until now, every year for the ceremony, we have gathered together some representatives of the Hong Kong SAR and the Taiwan province. Every year during the ceremony, we are having a patriotic education lesson. And I believe that currently, many students, they are following closely this live streaming program in front of the TV. These heroes, they are coming home, and also it's an encouraging move for our younger generation to work harder. This is not just a simple repatriation ceremony. It's attest to the country, and it has made the histories we read from the textbooks more alive. It encourages us to cherish the present and work for the future. And this is the source of our patriotic spirit. Now the coffins of 30 martyrs' remains have been placed steadily in this area by our protocol members. The 12th batch of Chinese martyrs' remains, as well as their personal artifacts, are placed here. The ceremony is about to start soon. Everyone here holds deep-rooted respect for these heroes. Today we have invited the officials from the Department of Communication of the Central Committee of the CPC, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance. Starting from 2014 until now, we have welcomed back 12 batches of Chinese martyrs. In total, 1,011 heroes. They have come home. This is a number growing. This means the country is always remembering them and seeking for more of them. We are showcasing our highest level of respect to these heroes. In 14 years in a row, we have welcomed back 1,011 heroes. This is a number connecting the past and the present and the future. It means the country has never forgotten about them. And we are always memorizing the 190,000 CPV fighters that have joined the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea. According to the Ministry of Veteran Affairs, from 2014 until now, we have clarified the identity of 28 heroes. And these heroes have not only come home, but also get identified and get their names known by the people. Now, our protocol soldiers are holding the coffins to another area. The coffins of the 30 CPV martyrs have entered into this area of settlement. make 3 bows to the martyrs and our heroes. Now escort the coffins to the vehicle. Just now, we sang the national anthem, and we made 3 bows to the CPV martyrs. Now, we are about to bring the coffins of the CPV martyrs to the vehicle. These military vehicles are in charge of escorting our martyrs' remains to the cemetery. 70 years ago, many of the CPV heroes have also taken the car, taken the truck to travel across the borderline. So today in the ceremony, we have also used the military trucks to escort the martyrs' remains. Outside this military truck, we have attached the band to it. We would like to make the heroes see today we have much stronger country. And the veterans, they're deeply touched. It's a reunion with their old friends, brothers, colleagues on the battlefield. This moment is a symbol of the responsibility of the country. More than 70 years ago, these young soldiers have left the country, and today the country is getting these heroes back home. We will always remember the sacrifices of our heroes. Now, the coffins of the 30 Chinese CPV martyrs' remains, as well as their personal artifacts, have been put on the military trucks. when all the coffins and personal artifacts of our heroes are readied, these military trucks will be leaving the international airport.
车队执行先到开道的70辆
70 military motorcycles will be clearing the road for the trucks.
现在军用卡车已经开动，
Now the journey has kicked off.
他们将在70辆警用摩托车组成的
They will be following the fleet of 70 motorcycles
从沈阳
from
天机场
International Airport of Taoxin,
经过沈阳
and then they will pass through the
30公里
downtown area.
沈阳抗美援朝
After 30 kilometers of traveling, they will be arriving at the cemetery.
战士，此时
The veterans, they are standing up
向战友们致以军礼。
and to salute
今天
the heroes.
跨越时空的重逢，
This is a reunion across
作为
time.
烈士的亲属可能已经不在人世，但作为烈士的后人，今天
Many family members of the CPV heroes may no longer be alive, but we are all family members of them.
在现场，全体人员行注目礼，目送车队离开。
Now we are all
每思
following
汤固，
the
烈日
trucks.
英烈铁甲寒。今天，这些最可爱的人终于魂归祖国，为国捐躯的英雄
Finally, these heroes are back home.
人民
The people and the country will never forget about their sacrifices.
现在，烈士遗骸护送车队已经驶离沈阳
Now
国际机场，前往沈阳。
The escorting fleet, as well
在
as
9月13日
the
上午
military
在
trucks
沈阳抗
are
美
leaving the airport
将举行第12批
tomorrow at the cemetery of the martyrs in Shenyang City. Will organize the burial ceremony.
回首，迎着一阵风，迎着山河遥远的回声，云中总有一抹红，照见你们勇敢的一生。多少种的花，喂的马，守在月光下，多少更的天，养的家，化作一粒沙。那好梦，那青葱，还未到一生珍重，已在风中汹涌。若有一阵晚风吻你心灵，吻你那年远走的年龄，天也会用静静的树影替你回答人间真情。若有一阵晨风向你致敬，向你致意，相识的邀请，山河记得你们同处的永远，清澈的春水繁星。回头，迎着一阵风，迎着孩童追逐的笑声。光阴可否等一等，等等你们无畏的一生。你们唱的歌，守的城，并肩站的梦，你们淋的雨，争的灯，不曾归的勇。这时空，尽星空，铭刻在天空，尽那热血英雄。若有一阵晚风吻你姓名，吻你那年远走的年龄，天也会用静静的树影替你回答人间真情。若有一阵晨风向你致敬，向你致意，相识的邀请，山河记得你们以鲜花写家书一封。于麦田中，于云霞中，于风尘中，握住你的手。于街巷中，于明月中，于烟花中，望着你眼眸回家。燕子迎着晚风唤你姓名，唤你归来，洗去那泥泞，去看繁华万里的风景，去找同伴静静蝉鸣。梧桐迎着晨风把你唤醒，唤你起身赴光明，赴高山，赴前程。轻轻回首，迎着一阵风，迎着山河遥远的回声。云中总有一抹红，照见你们勇敢的一生，与我重逢。
你是遥遥的路，深夜到无力的灯。我是孩童啊，走在你的眼眸。你是明月清风，我是你照拂的梦。千句不尽都一生与你相拥。而我将爱你所爱的人间，愿你今天的笑
阵风，迎着山河遥远的回声。云中总有一抹红，照见你们勇敢的一生，与我重逢。 着山河遥远的回声，云中总有一抹红，照见你们勇敢的一生，与我重逢。